Hey, Thomas here. Welcome to this quick introduction to the server-side purchase events via Zapier integration. So server-side pixel events are a new feature in Facebook that you can use to send conversion events, directly to the pixel from a server as opposed to sending it from the user's browser while the user is in the browser. So the way this works via Zapier is that Zapier hooks into your Shopify account, and whenever an order is placed, we're going to hook it up so that it fires a purchase event into your Facebook pixel. And Trackify is supporting this by sending the required IDs in the purchase events that are sent via Trackify, so that Facebook can actually deduplicate these server events from the events that are firing already in Facebook. Okay, so let's start actually with this step here. It's already here laid out. We're just going to go over to the Events Manager for the pixel that we want to set this up for. And here in the pixel, we're going to click on Settings on the left side. Then we're going to scroll down. And here at the very bottom, you see the Zapier integration. So you just simply click this one on. And that's it. That's all we need to do over here. And the next thing we do is we're going to click on this link right here. This is a template for the Zap that is going to facilitate this integration. So if you're logged into Zapier already, you see this page right here. You probably have a login page if you're not logged in yet. And then you can just simply click on Use this Zap. So this is a shared Zap. The way that shared Zaps work is they're set up as like a template, and you have to fill in your personal information or the specifics. In this case, the specifics are for the Shopify store that you're hooking in to grab the orders from, and then to the Facebook app that is actually connecting with your business manager and your pixel. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and use this Zap. And you can see here there are two sections. On the top is the connection with the Shopify, and on the bottom is the connection with Facebook. So first here you select your Shopify account. I'm just going to select this one and click Continue. And then here you basically, this is always like this. I don't know if you're familiar with Zapier, you already know this. The way that it works is always it grabs some of the data that triggers the event to test, right? So this is what happens here right now. It grabs an order, a sample order from this Shopify store. If you don't have any orders yet in your Shopify store, this won't work. So you have to do this in a Shopify store that is already up and running. And really, the whole server-side API integration really only makes sense if you have, already quite a bit of volume going. That's what I would suggest when you should do it. Okay, so here's the sample order, and you just click Continue, and it'll take us to the second step, which is the integration with Facebook. So this is also already set up for you in a template, and this template doesn't require any modification. So just click Continue. Now here, when I pop this open, it shows two integrations that I've already created before. So you will not have any of this here. So instead, you're just going to click on Add a New Account, and you just then click Continue again. And here is where the real nitty-gritty comes in, where you need to do the customization, and we need to put in your business manager. So here is a pop-up. You select your business manager. Then after you select your business manager, you get another pop-up here. You select the pixel. You'll have access to all the pixels that are in this business manager. It's set up very similar to the way that we have the integration in Trackify, where you select your business manager, and then you see all the pixels that are in that business manager. So select the business manager, select your master pixel here, and then here comes all the nitty-gritty, where I'm saving you tons of work and agony in having all of these information, all of this data already filled in. So you can leave this all the way it is. And only one thing here I want to show you, that is this thing here. It's called test event code. This here is actually my test event code. So if you want to test this yourself, you have to take it out. Frankly, I don't necessarily recommend testing it because the testing tool isn't always working, and so it gives you a lot of false negatives, but I'll show it to you anyway. So you come over here, back here to the Events Manager, and where we toggled on the Zapier at the beginning of the video, and then you click on Test Events over here. And here you have two sections. You see here, normally you have a browser section where you can just test your Pixel events, and then here you have a server section. So when you click over to the server section, they'll give you a test code here. So you copy this test code and bring it over here into your Zap, and where it says test event code, where my event code is in here, you replace that with your event code. And that's really the only thing that you need to change on the bottom part of all of this here. Okay, so you leave this all the same, and then you click continue, and then they'll give you a way here to actually test it. So the test does two things. It actually tests kind of the integrity and figures out and makes sure that Zap is able to process the data that comes in and send it successfully to Facebook without getting any errors back from Facebook. So that's a good thing. And then secondly, you should see the test event in this tool. But as I mentioned before, this hasn't been working for me, even though I'll show you in a minute where to see the event, actually how they are processed and how they come in. Okay, so if this test here doesn't come back with any errors, you're actually ready to turn this Zap on. So you just turn it on like this. And now it's on, and now your server-side events are actually enabled, and that's an awesome thing. Okay, I'm going to turn this off because I already have one that is running, so I don't need this one to be live, but I want to show you here where you can actually then see the events as they come in. And here it is right here. Let me just refresh this for a minute. So you select, whatever date range, and we are now still in Events Manager, and we're in the section, in the overview section. And right here, we're going to go here and select the date range. Let's actually look at today. Maybe today's events already came in. No, they didn't. Okay, that's fine. It does sometimes take a while. All right, so here you can see, all right, when you open this in your Events Manager, it'll actually show this. It'll show the events by default. And you simply come over here and so you select data source. And when you select data source, you can see Pixel events here. And then there's a second line that says server-side API events. And you can see how many events were received, how many events were not processed. That means they were deduplicated. So in this case, I actually sent 3 tests yesterday when I was setting this up. And 2 of them were identified as duplicates because they had all the same event IDs. And that is where Trackify's compatibility and support for the Zapier integration comes in. When you send the same event ID with the Pixel purchase events as well, then Facebook will be able to deduplicate any server-side events that you send against any Pixel events that you send. So that's important because you do want to continue to rely on the Trackify events, the actual Pixel events, because they do have some advantages over the server-side events in terms of identifying the Facebook user. So that is still, according to Facebook's documentation, the preferred way of tracking is using the Pixel on the front end while the user is in the browser. But you should supplement those with the server-side API to fill in anything that you missed or anything that is a conversion that is happening when the user isn't in the browser anyway. For example, for a recurring purchase, something like that. Okay, so and Trackify sends the same event IDs that are built into this shared Zap for the server-side API events as well. So you'll have reliable deduplication between Pixel events and server-side events using this Zapier integration in combination with Trackify. All right, so I hope this helps you out, and it'll be fun to see how many additional events that will actually track to your Ads Manager account, and will help you there. All right, well, thanks for watching, and let us know if you have any questions or if you need anything.